Oh my god, being able to see the Ardent in a screen like this is just beautiful. This video is brought to you by Bruffy.com. This is my website where you can find all the info you need about me and my content, from a fully documented catalogue of my videos with chronological playlists to live streaming plans and much, much more. Go straight there with a link in the description and pinned comment. Everyone wants an Ardent, except we got two Turismo holdouts. I can't believe they're like the fact that we can use the Ardent and they're fixed wrenches. Like, the DLC is so mediocre, but it's fine because they've fixed the Ardent and let us use wrenches. Other way around. Anyone remember this track? It's a blast from the past, this one. Oh! Oh god, wasn't the only one. I don't think so. Didn't mind. Not on Project Homecoming. The two Turismos are at the back. I need to overtake. I'm letting the Ardents down. I need to overtake Box so that the two Turismos are actually at the back and we can have top 7 all be Ardents. Ardent's best car. Can't believe I'm using it in a race. This is freaking amazing. It's good on the brakes. Ah, damn it. Even if I overtake her, it doesn't matter now. I will retest the Ardent now that we can use it properly. Alongside everything else, I suppose. It is annoying that they give us an Ardent now that HSW is a thing and it can't possibly compete if someone leaves HSW. Oh, nice car. Is this new? Never seen you drive it before. I mean, I have driven it in a race, I suppose, on Project Homecoming a few times over the years. But never in vanilla GTA. I suppose we could have used it in Transform races, but Transform races were limited to... Oh god, he's gone. Transform races were limited to 16 players. Now they're 30 players. We should revisit the idea of Transform races to get some unique races done. Like, you know, I could take some of my tracks and make them a Transform version with special vehicles. Same for special vehicle races. They're still 30 players, right? Or are they 16? Because the RC Bandito can be used now as well. You could have RC Banditos trying to race around LSGP or something. Like, there's options for unique races. We've just kind of forgotten about it because they're only ever 16 players, or they used to be. Am I just some like monster in the Ardent or something? How am I fighting for second suddenly? After being in last place a few laps ago? This is what I've been missing out on. This kind of performance from not being able to use this car that I've loved for so long and knew how good it could be. I feel like I've got more power. Oh, that is underpowered, that Ardent, the silver one. Is missing a upgrade or something. Think of the MCC. Could have won the entire championship if we'd had the Ardent available. I mean, I am familiar with the track from all those years ago. And I do love this car. But this is highly unusual. Maybe I'm the only one with an upgraded Ardent. Like, that's a possibility. Maybe everyone's got Ardents, but they haven't bothered upgrading them because they never use them anyway. Because I'm pretty sure I wasn't any quicker than... I think it was Jessica Panda that had my Ardent. I had the same straight line speed with that. Look at how quickly I'm catching. Why am I so fast in this race? I'm so thrown right now. Seems pretty even, actually. It's a tricky track. I think I'm just driving better. Which is very unusual for me. How have I come back from 9th place and stone dead last to the lead? I was so far back. I love this car so much. I suppose I have raced this car more so than most other people would have done at this point, with it just being introduced. And I've raced the track quite a bit from... This is the track that was G-Unit track from the Rockstar crew battle we did in 2014. And then Obs has remade it for modern standards, and I've always enjoyed this layout. And we haven't raced this for a while. So other people, I imagine, aren't very familiar with the track. And I've tested the Ardent over the years. I've driven the Ardent a few times on Project Homecoming. Maybe I'm just better suited in this race, in this scenario right now. Still, I'll take it. Didn't seem like I had a car advantage once they were up to speed. But the lines were better, weren't they? Last lap. Just gotta bring it home. I like that you can see the cars in different places as well on this track. I've always been a sucker for that kind of stuff. First ever race on console in the Ardent, and it's gone like this. It was destined, wasn't it? This is me and the Ardent. It's like a match made in heaven. I love this car. I'm so happy we can race it now. Of course the first race had to go like this. Damn. I know you love the Omnus, but surely this is a close second. This is definitely up there. I need to update my tier list on my favourite cars video. Wow, the Ardent is so nice to drive. See? People are realizing now. People get to realize why I've been so annoyed that we haven't been able to use it for all these years, because I was testing it years ago and I realized how beautiful it is to drive, and now people get to realize for themselves. I realized at the start I have no spoiler on my Ardent for some reason, so I also may have other upgrades missing. I think there was a few cars there without the full upgrades, because the lap times are pretty decently similar. So the way that it is, cars that are now raceable custom is the Ardent and the Nightshark, which we're going to do a Nightshark race. The cars that are raceable stock include the Menacer in off-road races, and the Postlude and the Kanjo SJ in tuners races, but none of those are available to race with their custom variants if you own them. The Postlude and the Kanjo, you can race their custom variants in coupes races, but not tuners. And then the three vehicles that are in the vehicle list in the creator, but just don't show up at all, where it's stock or custom, is the Paragon R Armoured in sports, the GB700W in sports classics, and the Jaba in off-roads. So yeah, phase 1 is say they're in the class, but they actually aren't. Phase 2 is only add the stock version of the car for racers, and then phase 3 is finally add the custom version, but it takes you 5 years between those phases. Man, well, at least we got the Ardent and the Nightshark though, you know, progress is being made. The phases just take so long because they want to take the time to thoroughly test the cars for any bugs and proper balancing within their class first. Of course, that's true. There we go. Can't get rid of the machine gun on this one though. Maybe I could if I was able to select other weapons. Nightshark Race. It's quite. I've always known the Nightshark to be quite useful in free roam. I've never used it myself, because I don't really do free roam stuff, but it can tank quite a lot of explosions, right? It's quite powerful in that way. Maybe the new Brigade is going to be overtaking in that respect, because I've heard that that's quite significantly powerful. But hey, it gives us another option to use in races, why not? Yes, the weapons are on, but we have, you know, once they've added things like the Buffalo STX, where if you've got them with Amani tech and the slick mines and things like that, that's usable in races, but it's got all those weapons on. The Speedo Custom, oh yeah, the Speedo Custom, I gave that list earlier of all the, that list earlier of all these like weird instances of vehicles that are in the creator lists but can't be used stock or can't be used at all, it can't be used custom or something like that. But then you've got the Speedo Custom in the Vans class, which isn't even in the list in the creator on races, but you can still use it as a custom vehicle with all of its weapons in Vans races. There's no consistency or oversight. But yeah, they've added things, you know, that like the Speedo Custom, the Armani Tech vehicles, like the Jubilee, and yeah, the Buffalo STX that have got weapons and slick mines and things like that. And, you know, they're usable in races. It made no sense after they started adding stuff like that the Ardent wasn't usable, and by extension the Nightshark, and by further extension the other vehicles that are still in that limbo, like the Paragon and Java. Tap square until you're unarmed to get rid of the city. I did that earlier. I can keep tapping square and it doesn't show it, but it shows machine gun. I can't select any other weapons. It might be because of my windows. I can't shoot out of them anyway. Does it make any difference having these armored windows on the Nightshark to its actual like impenetrability? I mean, I never use it in free mode anyway, not really that much. No, only for PvP. I might as well just get rid of them, and if we ever use it in a race, I'll at least have a nicer experience of not having the reticle in the middle of the screen. It was never a worry before because you could never race with it, so but now we can use it in off-road races alongside other stuff. We just need to be, you know, careful because we obviously race with GTA mode on, so weapons are available, and the reason we do that is so we can swap cars. So if people don't have the car, we can give it to them and then respawn, so we can all use the same cars. So, you know, we just have to be a little careful not to use the weapons, but that's always been the case with some of these new vehicles like the Buffalo and whatnot, so it doesn't really change anything. And we can always just put it on a standard race as well if need be. Yeah, the JB700W is a weird one, because it is usable, it is in the list for the creators, and the Paragon R as well. The Java, alright, I can understand it being a little bit weird and not as you would expect, but the JB700W and the Paragon are armoured. I mean, the JB700W is exactly the same in terms of performance as the regular JB700. So it's not even any different. And you can actually take the weapons off the W, at least visually. But both of them, their weapons are so inconsequential, like the Ardent, with the piddly little guns on the front. They don't really do anything. I know you've got the oil slick with the JB700W, but again, you've got that on Armani Tech vehicles now. Nightshark's actually quite fun to race with. It's quite unique handling wise. But at least we've got the Ardent and the Nightshark, even though there's still other vehicles that are in creator lists but are only usable stock or not at all. But then you could extend that to like all other classes as well, like the service class and the commercial class and things like that. I want to race trucks. I want to race Phantoms and taxis and emergency vehicles like police cars. You could in GTA 4. All those obscure classes that you can't use even in races. Utility is the most obscure class that you can use in a race, and even that, you can only use 5 or 6 of the vehicles, and the utilities class has like 16 or 17 vehicles in it, probably. This has been fun though. This has been fun to actually finally race these vehicles that have been unavailable for so long. Oh, I couldn't sneak through. I had the overspeed, but I wouldn't let. Yeah, transform races I suppose are now the option. Now that transform races are 30 players, we can always just copy tracks for like, yeah, phantoms or haulers or something, buses. Transform races have a much larger selection of vehicles available, and you can set them to be one make by manipulating the checkpoints a little bit, so it's not really a transform race, it's just a normal race that has a secondary checkpoint somewhere else that you never use, and it can be just, you know, a bus race from the start. We just never used them because they were always 16 players, but with them being 30 players now, they definitely have some use. Don't think I'm going to get this second for life. I had my chance with the overspeed earlier, but didn't quite work. It's fun though. The Ardent is the one I care about though. The Ardent is the one that we've wanted for 5-6 years. So happy. And people are finally getting to see it and drive it and realise why I've been so adamant about it for all this time, because it's beautiful to race with and it's right on the top pace for Sports Classics, without HSW obviously. Damn it, you got fastest lap by a 10th. Oh, sweet. I'll take it.